So proceeding on to the first question, which quantity has the fundamental SI units of kg meter inverse second minus 2, right? So that means energy. If I take energy, okay, take any form of energy, I am taking over here gravitational potential energy, which is equal to your mgh, right? So that means what is the unit of m unit is kg, right? What is the unit of g is acceleration due to gravity, right, which is equal to meter second minus 2, right? And what is h unit is meter, right? So that means over here what will be the total unit? So this will be equal to your kg meter square second minus 2. Does it match? No. So that means the correct option, so that means option number A is wrong, right? Now comes force. What is force? Force is equal to your mass into acceleration, right? What is mass? Mass is kg. So what is the unit of acceleration? Acceleration unit is meter second minus 2, right? So that means the net unit of force is equal to your kg meter second minus 2. Does it match? No. So option number B is also incorrect, right? Now coming to C, that is momentum. Momentum P is equal to your mass into velocity, right? So that means what is the unit of mass? The unit of mass is your kg, right? What is the unit of velocity? Meter per second, right? Meter second inverse. So this will be equal to your kg meter second inverse, right? So that means does it match? No. So that means option number C is also incorrect. Now coming to option number D. Now coming to your pressure, okay, P naught pressure. So this is equal to your force per unit area, right? What is force? We calculated this. So this will be equal to kg meter second minus 2. What is the unit of area? Meter square, right? Length into breadth. So this will be equal to your kg meter inverse second minus 2. Now does it match? Yes, it matches. So the correct option to your question number 1 will be option number D, pressure. I hope you got the question. So proceeding on to the next question, that is your question number 2. An object is held in equilibrium by three forces magnitude F, G and H, okay, that act at a point in the same plane. Okay, so there are three forces F, G and H which acts on this point. Okay, the three equation for these forces are 1, 2 and 3. So we have to figure out which of the equations are correct. So that means if the three forces are in equilibrium, I can write that summation of net forces along x axis should be equal to your 0, and summation of net forces along y axis, this should be equal to your 0 also, right? So taking this as the x axis and this as the y axis, right? So that means over here if I just make a component of f along the x axis, what is the component of f along the x axis? So this will be equal to your f cos theta, right? And what is the component of f along the y axis? So this will be equal to your f sin theta, right? So that means over here the net figure reduces to g in this direction, okay, h in this direction. Okay, now the force F is replaced by its component, right? So when I'll add up these two components, we'll get the net force, right? So that means we are replacing the force F with its component. Okay, so that means over here will be our F sin theta, right? And over here will be our what? F cos theta. Very good. Okay, so the summation of net force along x axis should be 0, right? So if the net force along the x axis should be 0, so that means this force should be equal to this force, right? So that means F cos theta should be equal to g. Why these forces should be equal? So that they cancel each other and in the x-axis we don't get any force, right? So that means F cos theta should be equal to g, and the summation of net force along y-axis also should be equal to 0, right? So that means that this force should be equal to this force. Why? Because when we'll add up this, we'll get no force. Okay, so that means over here F sin theta should be equal to your h. Okay, so see the first option 1, F cos theta is equal to g, right? So we have got this equation, so 1 is obviously correct, right? Now proceeding to 2. Okay, so we need to find out g cos theta plus h sin theta. Okay, so what is g? G is what? F cos theta, F cos theta, okay, multiplied with cos theta, plus what is h? H is F sin theta, right? So this is equal to your F sin theta, multiply it with sin theta, right? So over here we get that. So over here this will be equal to your F cos square theta, plus this will be equal to your F sin square theta, right? So that means when you add up these two, we'll get F cos square theta plus sin square theta, right? So that means over here if we just add up these two, we'll get f, right? So that means over here I can write that g cos theta plus h sin theta will be nothing but equal to your f. Okay, by this statement I can write that, right? So that means 2 is also correct. Okay, for 3, f equal to g plus h. Okay, make that g plus h. So g plus h will be equal to your f cos theta plus your f sin theta, right? So that means if I just take common f, so this will be equal to your sin theta plus cos theta, right? So that means g plus h is not equal to f, right? So that means the third option is incorrect. Okay, so that means the correct option to your question number 2 will be equal to your option number A, 1 and 2 only. I hope you got the question.